Interview with the Attorney General of the United States. Jeff Sessions joins us now from Washington. Am I making any mistakes in my analysis, Mr. Attorney General?
I think that's pretty close, Bill. This is a serious matter. The American people, by 80% margin, believe these sanctuary cities are wrong. It clearly makes their own cities less safe. And as you know, the Kate Steinle story, that murderer who'd been deported, 7 times, came back into San Francisco because he felt safe there.
Yeah.
He had a sanctuary there before he murdered that wonderful young lady.
Well,
so
you know,
it's a big deal.
He hasn't been convicted yet, but he's certainly an accused murderer, and he's going on trial very soon. Now,
well said.
Is the Justice Department, do you ever target non-criminal aliens for deportation, and if so, who?
Yes, sometimes they are apprehended. For example, we had one last month named Vallis, who was a known gang member. He was arrested. ICE placed a detainer on him. They ignored it in Denver, and a few weeks later he murdered and robbed an individual in the area. So you don't have to be a criminal, but that's our top priority, as you know.
So this man did not have a criminal record when you asked for a detainer, but you knew he was a member of a gang, and the city of Denver still wouldn't hold him. Then he got out and he murdered somebody. But I'm talking about the millions of illegal aliens who are working the farms in California and in Florida and working as chambermaids or whatever. You don't have a squad or a crew going after them, do you?
No, you're correct. That is not where the ICE is focusing its effort at all. We're doing a lot of good things. For example, you know, it looks like the entries at the border are down 60% just because of President Trump's strong leadership. And as we continue to build a wall and beef up our forces and bring in more judges, we'll be even more successful there. That's the way to solve this problem. And if we stay at it, we can create a lawful system of immigration, one that admits 1.1 million people lawfully right now, every year, and one that we can be proud of as a nation.
Well, we don't want anarchy. Now, is there any other way to punish sanctuary cities other than denying them the Justice Department grants, which will hurt them a little bit, but it's certainly not going to put them out of business? And, you know, you've heard the rhetoric from Rahm Emanuel and de Blasio here in New York and the mayor of San Francisco that they're going to defy you. Is there any other punitive measure the Trump administration is thinking about taking?
Well, we don't want to take any measures. We want to see these cities comply. I was pleased that Miami complied. I was pleased to see the president of the Maryland Senate reject a House-passed bill and say Maryland would not be a sanctuary state. He said that unequivocally. He's a Democrat. So I think a lot of these leaders need to hear from their constituents. You're right, it's not going to devastate their budgets. We don't have that much money that will be controlled, but it is a signal and a refuting of their
policy. But is there
policy.
anything else that's being discussed in the Trump administration to punish the sanctuary cities? Any other denying of funds or anything else?
We're looking at other possibilities that would be detrimental.
Can you give me an example,
to people.
Mr. Attorney General?
I'm not prepared to give that now.
Ah, come on, and no spins on big. All right, but you're discussing other things that you're going to do or possibly do.
Yeah, well, in the future, we can put requirements on some. Right now, under the Obama administration, they sent out grant notices that required people to assert they're in compliance with the laws and threatened cutting off of various funds if they didn't comply. So we'll continue to pursue that and go further.
Yeah, if you get into the transportation area, but it's going to be lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. I'm sure you're
right. There are
prepared for
limits on what you can do.
Right. Now, I want to ask you one question about the Russian investigation, which you've recused yourself from. Is there a liaison in the Justice Department that is working with the FBI, actively working with the FBI right now?
Yes, we do have persons within the Department of Justice that work with the FBI every day, and they're persons working on all the cases.
Okay, so you have contact, and then, you know, you'll, of course, know what's coming back and forth.
What I'm recused on, I do not keep
You're
up
not
with
even
that
going to
investigation.
get even a whisper in the hallway or anything? You're not going to get anything?
No, I do not.
Okay. Finally, Loretta Lynch was your peer in the Obama administration's last year. Did you speak with her on the way out? I mean, she did things, you know, a lot differently than you're doing them, that's for sure.
Well, we've changed a few policies, no doubt, but you know, she is a very gracious lady. She wrote me the nicest letter when she left, and I called her and we had a nice conversation about it. She'd already left Washington by the time I assumed the office. But yeah, she's a special, wonderful lady, and we had a great conversation.
Okay, final question for you. The leakers in the various agencies, federal agencies, you guys zeroing in on them? Do you think you're going to have some indictments shortly?
I expect that we'll get to the bottom of some of this. This is not right. We've never seen this kind of leaking. We've never seen, it's almost as if people think they have a right to violate the law, and this has got to end, and probably it will take some convictions to put an end to it.
Do you foresee indictment shortly?
Well, I won't predict that. I would just say that I take that very seriously. What's happening now is not correct and must stop.
All right, Mr. Attorney General, we really appreciate it. Anytime you want to say something, I hope you'll come to us. Thank you very much.